So let's get started with the front-facing website. So this is the new bhhsdrysdale.com. Want to run through just a few different features of kind of what the site does, how it looks, some finer tuned points. So you got a pretty good understanding of kind of how to navigate through. Homepage here rotates through all sorts of different photos. Those will be changing over time and should also give some sort of a personalized introduction for users to the site as the site continues to grow and we get more data and information. I've got the AVM down here at the bottom, get an instant home value estimate. So users just need to type in street and zip code here, and that works great. Go ahead and then do the search, and then there's a disambiguation page if they need to help out with a better address or whatever. But at that stage, everything comes back from Collateral Analytics. This AVM now is on every single agent website as well. So that's important to note that we'll be storing in the back end of the system, we'll be storing addresses for all agent sites on all the different agent platforms and the APT, the back-end MyConnect system for agents. And we'll be storing all the addresses as well for the corporate site. So what that means is additional lead options, and that's a great thing. So we'll get more into that once we talk about the individual agent sites, but let's stick with the home page. We'll scroll down the home page, then I'll come back up here to do the search experience. So as we scroll down the home page, we have rotating data. So one of the things that you'll find that we have within the system is a pretty amazing market watch system that takes massive amounts of data over the last several years and then of course over the last weeks and months and parses it into a market watch system. These are reports that you'll be able to send out. That'll be one of our modules for later on in this training, the ability to send out these market watch reports. But some of this data is also displayed on the site. So this will start to rotate in the next couple of days between all the different counties that you guys serve. And it's got average prices, days on market, all sorts of great stuff down here, any open houses that are coming up. And then as we scroll down here, we've also got these areas, which will pull from your community areas. So this community page up here at the top will pull random areas here and show all the listings on the fly based on when the MLS was last updated. Okay. So as we continue to scroll down, we've got your in-house luxury listings, rotate through here. One of the things that you'll notice is every time that we have a gallery slider like this, where you've got the different slide buttons here, it's very touch-centric as well. So right now, I'm using my finger and I'm scrolling across the screen, and you can see that the ability to do a lot of touch screen interface is built into the platform. So that's a nice little feature as well. So as we scroll down, we've got some more customization pieces here. We've got some community service day, some QSC. So we're continuing to integrate different levels of QSC on the site. We've got all the agent ratings and the stars in the system now. And it should be any day now that we get actual testimonials and add those to the different bios for QSC with the ability then in the back end of the system, our MyConnect system or your CRM, to be able to single sign on also to manage your QSC profile. I'll show you that in a little bit as well. We've got the Edge information down here at the bottom and just some quick links from there. Some real estate careers, recruiting type stuff, download our app, and then of course all the different featured offices and contact information kind of where it belongs. If you ever forget how to get into the CRM, the back end of the system, at the bottom of this homepage is an agent login. Basically, that goes to myconnect.bhhsdrysdale.com, which I'll walk you through in the second module of today. So let's scroll back up to the top of the page and talk a little bit about the search bar. So this is called an omnibar, and it basically searches everything within our system and can disambiguate between different pieces of search. So I'm back on the home page. I'm at the top of the home page. This is the first thing that consumers see when they come in. So let's try a couple of different searches. Let's try searching Tracy. So we got the city Tracy. We've also got Tracy Parker and Tracy Bell, two of your agents. And then we've got some street locations and addresses that come up with Tracy as well. So you can see that the system is smart enough to know between an MLS number, an address, a city or a neighborhood area, and we're adding neighborhood areas over the next couple of weeks. So between all your different MLSs, we'll plug those neighborhood areas in. Right now it's just city specific, and then a specific real estate agent as well. So let's go ahead and click on Tracy the city and take a look at our search profile. So the first view that comes up is kind of a encompassing view that shows kind of the larger area of wherever you searched. And then as you zoom in, those pins get blown up and automatically adjust themselves every time that the map is changed. So as the map changes, the clusters and the pins kind of shift and alter in a way that can always be easily touched with a finger, as opposed to just stacked on top of each other. So you can see we've got a cluster of 2 over here, but then here we have an actual pin of a specific home. On the left-hand side, we've got our different tools. Let's go through the tools real quick. We've got a pretty basic zoom in function, and you see the map refresh again. We've got a basic zoom out function, map refreshes again. We've got this great polygon tool, which I'm going to show you in a second. This is really nice. There's a lot of people that just really like to do geo searching for their kind of initial real estate look and feel. And so if you click on this, it takes everything else away from the page and allows you just to see the map, and then you can move around the map and kind of do your different search profiles there. If you'd like to turn the gallery and those pieces back on, you just click on Map Full Search and it goes from there. Okay. We've also got this button that allows the satellite view. So let's go back to this draw search. So from the draw search here, if I click on that button, it allows me to do a multi-polygon, but after the polygon's developed, it allows me to do some cool things within that. So let's zoom out a little bit. So we're out to here. So let's say I want to do a polygon and search that's just this kind of square area here with maybe a couple of little bends in the road. And so it turns everything off around that and just shows us stuff within there. Now from here, I can, if my my cursor is on the actual polygon, I can grab that, I can move that polygon and just search this section right there, and it changes to my search. If I want to take it and just move it over here without having to draw it again, make it a full square, I can do that. It automatically refreshes. If I did too much, I can just click on that and it goes back to my last save step. If I want to get rid of the polygon over here, I just click on X out of draw search and it just reloads everything that's on my screen. Okay, so from here, let's zoom down a little bit. Now all the results over here are the results that you can see on the actual map. So as I roll over each one of these, you can see that there's a little radar pulse underneath the pin, and the pin changes color to kind of an orange, so it contrasts well with the screen. So as I roll over these, it's very easy to see where they are on the map. And then if I click on one of these cards on the right-hand side, or if I click a pin, it pops up kind of a mini card. So this mini card here lets us flip through the entire photo gallery if we want to. It also gives us just some basics on the property. I can do my lead generation, request showing, or request info. And then from here, I can go to a full property details page. Or if I'm logged in, I can save it in my account. I'll get to a logged in state in a few minutes, and so you can see how consumers can interact with Home Finder and saved properties and all those different pieces within the system as well. So from here, let's click on details and go take a look at a property details page. So this is the property details page for 3A Street, Tracy, California. So as I scroll down here, actually it looks like I am logged in. Sorry about that. I am logged in, so this is a logged in state. So on all of the different forms, it automatically fills all my information in. So on this, I'm interested in this property, I want to schedule a showing, or I'm interested in 3A Tracy Street. All that stuff's nice and filled in for me. If I'm in a logged in state, I hit submit, and of course that goes into the lead routing system. So as I scroll down the page, again, this is a very touch-centric bar. So I can drag and drop it, I can touch it with my finger and move it around. As I scroll down here, I get all my different interesting data on the left-hand side. On the right is other find more homes like this, find more real estate like this. At the bottom of the page, there's more of this as well. So let's scroll down. We've got all of our different information. Got some nice mortgage calculators. So a nice mortgage calculator with everything auto-filled. And then how much can I borrow calculator. And then how much can I afford? Affordability calculator as well. So as I scroll down, I get an area map. From here, I can go ahead and do driving directions if I would like to. We've included a few Google places on the map as well. And then down here are my nearby schools. So I've got the specific school and how far it is from the listing. I've got the specific website link to the school, what the average students per teacher is, and kind of the educational climate. And then this comes for preschools, elementary, middle schools, high schools as well. So this all comes from the Great Schools system, the greatschools.net system, and the API that we get from them and all that data. So we scroll down a little further. Again, I've got similar listings here. I can flip through that gallery fairly easily. I can go directly to the details page. I can save it if I'd like to. And this just takes an algorithm by distance, and distance is primary and price is secondary. So let's scroll back up. On every one of the pages that we do have this quick scroll to the top, which is kind of a nice feature as well. Okay, so this is the property details page. I got here by going to the map search, and then from the map search, I'll close this. I'll close my mini card, and then I'll back out of this as well, and you can see how everything just reshifts. Now again, the area that I'm searching in is Tracy, and so that is under my city and zip, Tracy as a city, and that's predefined. So even if I move my map around, that's defined as the area that I'm searching in. I would need to get rid of this if I wanted to start a new search. If I want to save this search, and I'm already logged in, every time you do a search, there's just a nice quick save button. I click Save Search, and I type in Tracy search for demo. And it asks me, do I want to get an email on new properties every once a day, once every 3 days, every 5 days. You've got all the different options there. So I'll click no email and I'll hit save. So I've successfully saved the search. I click OK. So let's take this opportunity and go take a look at my dashboard. I'm in a pre-logged in state, so it's got my little user card up here. I click down from here. I've got edit my profile, and then I've got my dashboard, or I can log out of my, my logged in state as well. So again, I'm a user on the system. I'm not an agent. I'm just a user on the system, and this is kind of what I see. So let's go to the dashboard. So here it gives me a nice little welcome letter. It knows my name. As I scroll down, it shows me the different searches that I have that are active. So I can edit that search. I can blow it up so I can see more editing functions. And here I can get rid of this search if I want to. On the fly, I can go ahead and just click this into 1 day or 2 day. Doesn't even ask me to save it. It just goes ahead and changes it, which is really nice. And then if I scroll down here, this is a listing that I saved earlier to my favorites, and so that's easy to see as well. Again, nice easy way to go start a search again. And this is what the user sees from the back end. So now we've gone through a lot of the search features for the front end of the site. I want to show you the Communities tab. So up here on the right-hand side, I click on Communities. And from here, I've got 73 communities that are preloaded into the system. So a lot of this is for search engine optimization, but it's also very great for clients and really good for you to recommend people to scroll through areas, especially for relocation, and know that all of these pages exist. The other nice thing is all of these pages exist on each one of your agent websites as well. And so up here, you've got communities, sellers, and buyers. All those pieces, buyers, sellers, and communities, those 3 tabs and all the content automatically are populated into everyone's agent website. And so these pages exist on your agent site as well. So if I click into Berkeley, I get a nice chunk of text about Berkeley. I get a little slideshow, pictures about from Berkeley. I get the MarketWatch data. Okay, that's in Berkeley, California. So average sales price, days on market, how many open houses are coming up, how many new listings, how many total. All of these click into those specific different areas. And if I scroll down, I get a nice little gallery that shows me what's currently for sale in Berkeley. So I'll go back up. These pages exist for every one of these 73 communities. We'll be continuing to add more photos, add just some more information wherever we can. And every time we do that for the communities, buyers, and sellers pages, that'll get automatically populated into the agent websites as well. So even if you don't go in and add any original content to your agent site, it still has a lot of stuff for people to see. So we'll head back to the home page. Now what I think I'd like to do is show you how to do office searches. So if I click find an agent / office, my map comes up. So my map shows me all the primary areas that you guys cover. As I roll over these different areas, see a nice little screenshot of the office and the ability to click in and take a look at those. If I scroll down the page a little bit further, I can either view all agents or I can view all offices. But the nice thing is I have 4 easy ways to search as well. So first or last name of agents here. Find an agent by office. You just click it and it's got all the drop-down stuff here. Find an agent by designation. And so all the designations in the system are currently loaded and show up here. You guys have the opportunity to add designations on an admin level. So Judy and her team can take care of that. And you can assign a new designation to yourself and search by language. We have a lot more than just these languages in the system, but these are the ones that match the profiles that are your agents have committed to. All right, so we can search by designation, by language, office, or by first and last name. So it gives the users a great ability to really get in there and find exactly who they're looking for. So we scroll back up. So let's try one of these areas. Oops, I zoomed the map in a little bit too much. And let's open up this office here. So this office here, we've got a map to the office. We've got the specific office information and a nice little picture. We've got the 2 managers. There's just a couple of offices that have 2, so the ones that have single pictures will just be on the top here. As we scroll down, there will be some office branding and text on this page as well, and the ACs and managers are putting that together now. So here's all of the different agent display. So if there is active QSC ratings, they show up here. We've got license numbers, immediate contact information, the ability to email on the fly, and then of course a profile page. So let's scroll down and go to Dwight's profile page. So we pull up Dwight's profile page, fairly simple. It's got a bio that he can control in the back end. That'll be one of our modules for today, is how to make changes on your bio. He's also got a very quick contact form. I can contact him again with my stuff already filled in because I'm logged in. If I go over here, it's got some different designations. It's got license numbers, some legal stuff. It's got his direct email contact if we need it. Also the QSC, which will link to some specific QSC testimonials. Direct links to his sold listings, his featured listings right now, another direct link to email me, and of course his website. So let's do a quick view of what that website looks like now, and then we'll go through editing and making changes in our last module today. So if I pull up Dwight's website, it's got a lot of the same look and feel. I've got some personally branded stuff about Dwight down here. View all my listings, view all his solds. It's got the individual ability to do the AVM right here on his website. And then any address that's filled in, he'll receive a report, and he can run that report at any time that shows him all the addresses that are filled in for that specific, for his specific website. If you notice here, we have the Omnibar again, but what's missing? We've taken away the ability for someone to search for other agents in the platform once they are on an agent site. So if I'm on Dwight's site, I can search for cities, I can search for addresses, MLS numbers, but other agents within the system will not pull up on this specific search. Now, one thing to note is the search profile is based on the company search profile, not the specific agent MLS configuration. So what that means is that if Dwight is only a member of 2 MLSs, that's okay. His clients that are on this specific website, which is dwightcotton.bhhsdrysdale.com, can still search the entire MLS footprint of the company. All right, so that's very important. Dwight can also save searches in the back end and send them to clients under reports or any kind of a search type profile system for any MLS within the company as well. And so there's really no need to have different people go to the company site for some MLSs and come to Dwight's site for different areas. On Dwight's site here, people can search for property in your entire MLS footprint. Okay. So as I go over here, you can see I've got the buyer and seller and services information. I've got my communities information. We've also got some links that came over from the Agent Achieve system. And so for some people, this list runs all the way down the page. Looks like Dwight just had a Meet Dwight page, which is probably his bio that came over as well. And so all of that stuff is put in the system. What we'll do is log in as an agent and start to make changes to these sites and just give you some basic editing ability just for the next couple of weeks as we continue to go through training so you can make changes and do what you need to do here in the back end of your existing website. As I scroll down the page, I've got Dwight's featured listings. Now, Dwight may only have 1 or 2 listings, I'm not quite sure. But what the system does is it automatically adds office listings and then adds those office listings to his featured listings to give him a nice portfolio of featured listings. Now, if Dwight says, I don't want to show anyone else's listings or any other office listings except for mine, that's fine. There'll be a place coming this weekend in the back end of the system where it will show the combination of all the listings in the back end, and he can go through there and pull out whichever ones he doesn't want to show, and then keep the ones that he does, which would be his own featured listings. Sold listings, this all comes from MLS data, and so we're going back several years, buyer side and seller side. In the case where Dwight's got a listing that he really likes to promo, but it's not shown in his sold gallery for whatever reason. Maybe it's listed incorrectly in the MLS history. Maybe some of the data didn't come across with the assigning agents. Whenever that happens, he can go into the back end of the system, search for that in the history of MLS data that's in our system, and assign that to his sold gallery as well. So there's a lot of different options to be able to display plenty of featured listings for every agent and plenty of sold listings for every agent. So we'll walk through those in more advanced trainings next week, but the option is there and the ability is there to make sure it looks like you have a good inventory at all times. As we scroll down, we've got his bio again. It's the same bio that was on his agent page we saw a few minutes ago. This is on his actual agent website, so it's a little bit different in where it is, but it's the same content. And when we go through profile management later today, you'll be able to see this About Me section as well, and how to play with it and how to move it around. Some more contact information, another form down here. So even if Dwight never does anything with his new site, dwightcotton.bhhsdrysdale.com, even if he doesn't do anything with this site, it still has a lot of data. It's got some nice galleries, some nice sold galleries, a bunch of information about him baked into the system. It's got the AVM, and so people can do home valuations. It's got communities, buyers and sellers, tons of different data in there, and it's got the entire search for the entire company. So a lot of stuff that people can do within the site, whether or not he goes in and manages things and changes things and enhances and creates links and pages and all that kind of great stuff. Okay. So let's go back to the front page. We were actually in the site itself. We went to find an agent or office. So that was the last page that I left there. We'll come back down here. So this MarketWatch information is very interesting, and this will be another module that we'll work on later on today. And basically what our system does is creates a whole series of charts and graphs and puts them into email form, embeds them into a nice email, and allows for you to send those out as monthly reports to anybody in your database. And you can send them to groups, you can send them to individuals. They go out every month, and they include a ton of great data. So we'll show those off later, and we'll have an entire section about how to make those reports in the back end. It's very, very easy. It's a 2 or 3 step process. You pick your area, you assign your person, your contact, and then you click on go. So very easy, but we send millions of these out every month, and they're hugely successful. So we want to give you guys as many as possible. If you're wondering how many areas that you have access to, we've got about 1,300 areas parsed, which means that you'll have access to all sorts of downtown San Francisco districts. You'll have access to all the different MLS areas inside of Sacramento, as opposed to just, you know, one market report for one city. All right, I think that ends our first segment for the day. We're at about 26, 27 minutes. So I'm going to do a quick break here, and we'll take some questions through the chat window. Please let me know. I'll answer as many of those as I can, and we'll start segment number 2, which will be logging in and getting a general overview of your MyConnect system in about 5 minutes. Okay, thank you.